Hey, everybody. Welcome. No, that's not even right. God. Hey, America. We're at war. You know what also, or who also is at war? My mustache, because it won't meet in the middle. So I talked to our president. He said, big things are happening. It's going to happen. It's going to grow. It's going to be amazing. And fuel prices are up. You know what else is up? Welcome to Do It Like Danny. Really? We just started.
Well, Oprah always knows.
I also have a photo shoot coming up soon with Tyra, but more will be revealed later.
Will it be AI? Will it be AI?
Had food.
So you lied,
spilled, right? I totally lied. And he's like, "Yeah, you're good." Right? Scared the shit out of him. Welcome back to Doing It Like what's the name of the show? Do It Like Danny. I don't know why I keep changing the tense of
I like
it.
how you had to ask.
Right?
Doing it like you questioned
my
it.
drugs. I need to take my what did I take? I don't even remember what I take. Really? We just started.
Well, Oprah always knows.
She always she does it on purpose.
See, that's what happens. That's why you should never give Angelo our start date, because he tells her, make sure you fly by at around 4 o'clock.
Excuse me, like burp. And that means we're a threat. She feels that we're a threat.
It's
Okay,
Angelo.
let's start over.
I vote Angelo.
Let's see. Hey, America. How's everybody doing today? Millions of people have been watching our show, and we are super excited, and we are beyond thankful. Listen, if the current administration can lie, so can I. So hopefully you found us after the time change. Same time, same channel. We're here on a Wednesday.
Yes, we are.
Oh my God, time change. I think that's why I'm so puffy.
You think you're puffy?
I don't know. I think I am. I have allergies. Tis the season.
What do you take for allergies?
Everything. I do nasal. Oh God, I almost feel like I was gonna say I do anal. Oh my God, that's what it sounded like.
I said allergies.
I'm nasal now.
Allergies.
I'm nasal now. I do nasal. That sounded horrible. I take 2 pills. Like I honestly I need to send my blood to a lab so they can give me something for my allergies.
Just throw you in a bubble.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I don't like condoms. So hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. We got lots and lots and lots and lots of viewer responses. Thank you, George. Thank you to all the people that listen to our Tyra Banks show.
Oh, yeah.
I also have a photo shoot coming up soon with Tyra, but more will be revealed later.
Will it be AI? Will it be AI?
I don't know. We have to find out and see. My barber Brian hates AI. Fuck him. I shouldn't say things like that because everyone listens to our show. We have to be a little more what is
buttoned
it?
up?
Yeah, no, is it PG-12? No, PG-13.
PG-13.
Nah, whatever. I don't give a fuck. Fuck that. What I want to do is number one. First and foremost, I want to say thank you, grazie mille to all of our listeners, and I should say all of our listeners. However, there's a few that I have to mention.
Who are they?
So, as we do this,
yes,
right?
Mm-hmm.
I know that we've said this before in the past, but it always it hits my heart when I get messages from people that I have not heard from in a long time that say, I listen to the show.
Yeah.
Right? Cousin Terry and all the rest of my friend Bernie, who I knew years ago, right? And what was amazing was we recently went to a funeral, which we'll go into in a little bit, in a few moments. However, our cousin Mark actually surprised me, and he said, hey, he's like, I listened to your episode. It was pretty good. But however, Mark, he does the Dana thing where they listen. You have to watch.
1.5 speeds?
Yeah.
They're all skipping it. 10 seconds. Okay, that's not funny. 10 seconds. Oh, wait, Joe? Hey, some laughing. Go back.
Yeah, Dana gets the gist of it in her walk. And then Mark says he was vacuuming. So
I guarantee Dana goes on ChatGPT and goes, can you just give me a 5-minute synopsis of what this episode's about?
I don't think she even know what that is. And I said that on purpose because she's going to be like, I know what's happening. Not that she sounds like that, but I'm just saying in general. So thanks to our cousin Mark, who listens to our show, and also congratulations to his son, who is, I believe, a finalist. I know that we were talking, and all of the information went by very quickly. His son is a finalist for, I want to say it's a PBS broadcast or a sports broadcast. Oh my God, I'm so horrible at this. I should have written these things down, right?
Yeah.
But his son is a finalist in a potential for interviewing sports teams.
Oh, cool.
So I thought that was kind of cool. I was like,
Nice.
oh, that's so neat, right?
Yeah.
If only we knew what we knew back then, what we know now.
Well, congratulations to this kid.
Congratulations to our family. It's always a win when people move forward, right?
Yeah.
Always, always. Okay, and I also want to say thank you so much to Dakota.
Fanny?
No.
Don't get me excited.
No,
I thought you were gonna say she's a fan.
An old buddy named Dakota, who he worked at Disney, and
Oh, okay.
so I knew him from there, and he listened. So I want to give him a shout out because he actually sent me a message saying, "Really, we have to wait until next week for part 2?" And I was like, "Oh my God, I haven't heard from you in like months. Like, what happened to you?" And so we caught up. We're actually gonna meet up hopefully in the next couple of weeks for a drink or a beverage or something.
Okay.
So that's kind of cool,
Yeah.
right?
Look at
And
that. The show's bringing you back to friends.
Okay.
That's cool.
Because I don't have very many. 'Cause I hate everybody. No, I'm just kidding. I'm trying to be nicer. I really am.
I don't know about that.
Nope. And that was for people that watch the show,
Oh,
just
yeah.
so you know, right? And so the next person I want to put on my little honorable mention is my good friend Eve. So Eve sent this photo in, and she said, of course, all you had to mention was McNuggets, and I went out and bought them. And there's a photo. That's proof. When we talked about the McNugget debacle with the caviar, Eve was felt the need to go to McDonald's and get herself some McNuggets, sans caviar.
But did she eat it or did she spit it back and go, that was good, and throw it to the side?
No, she eats. She's not from Hollywood. She's a regular person.
Oh, okay.
But she's amazing. And so I spend quite a bit of time with Eve in the mornings. And yeah, so I was like really excited because, you know, people are busy. I never expect people to
Listen
take
to your
time out of their
bullshit.
day. Yeah, listen to my that's probably a better way of saying it.
Yeah.
Is listening to my BS and my crazy insanity, but a lot has happened to me.
Oh, yeah.
You know, if you're tuning in for the first time and you've never even seen this, I'm like, who the fuck is this high-pitched person? It's me. It's me, Mario. You know, listen, my whole life I've just been crazy.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Roller coaster.
It's been a roller
a
coaster.
lot of
and
loops.
Everything that I've gotten into has been topsy-turvy and upside down and fun.
You're lucky
A
to be
lot.
alive.
Yeah, pretty much. Yes, thank you. Thank you for reminding me of that. And thanks to Eve for buying McNuggets. See, McDonald's, you see, we could be good for your brand.
Yeah, sponsor us because
We are
apparently
not- I'm not that crap food. Are you kidding me? I'm not causing diabetes. We are not giving diabetes to the people, the gente. No, not on this show. And finally, I always have to give Philip's brother some special mention.
Aw.
Montezuma, thank you so much for getting your coworkers to listen to our entire episodes. I really appreciate it. Again, it beyond warms my heart. It makes me feel, I don't know, because I'll always say this. I think people, always, accuse me of trying to be the center of attention.
no, not you. No, never. Not at all.
Not at all.
You're not sitting directly in the center of your phone camera right now.
And Tyra, how's the light hitting me? Is it good? Is it my golden hue? But I have to say thank you to him because, I appreciate that he's pushing and he's having people listen to our
Yeah.
show because what the hell, right? It's
Yeah.
fun. We're having
Yeah,
a
why
good
not?
time. Oh, my God. Is she coming back?
She's coming back. Oh, look, Gail's hanging out the side again.
As I flip them off. So thank you to everyone that listens to our show, and thank you to all of the brand new listeners. You guys get an honorable mention and a shout out too. Lots more shout outs coming up in this particular episode. So as I said before, we went to a funeral.
Yeah.
Right?
So we're going straight sad?
Yeah, we'll
All
just do
right.
straight sad because then we'll go happy about a story about me.
Okay.
Okay, perfect. So we went to a funeral, and it happened. Listen, you and I had the conversation. It's interesting because I'm going to share this. I won't give names, but I'm going to share this story. So we had the funeral,
Yes.
right? My mother came down. It was all the family. And it was all of our cousins, right?
Yeah.
Some cousins didn't
Most
show
of
up.
us.
Some couldn't because work and so on and so forth. And my sisters didn't go either.
Yeah.
Some of us only knew that particular family member because we grew up, right? He was more like my cousin of my mom and dad's. Like
Yeah,
not my
he's
dad's,
our,
but
second cousin. Yeah.
it's up there, right?
Yeah, yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
it was grandma's.
Because that's Linda's husband, and we're related to Linda. We weren't related to Dave. But
Correct.
Dave was a
Correct.
great guy. Wonderful man.
And rest in peace, Dave. He was a wonderful man. And I knew him when I was little, right?
Yeah.
So, people were sharing stories, like the normal things that you do when you go to a funeral. There's the mass, there's the viewing. It's like an all-day thing. And then there's like a dinner or a luncheon after where folks will sit together and break bread and share stories and hopefully have a drink or two. Right?
Yeah.
So when we got to
have a drink
dinner,
or two,
right? Our uncle, your father, was like, "Oh no, it was Uncle Tony."
Yeah, it was Tony.
Uncle Tony was
Tony
like,
first.
"Let's go get a shot."
And my dad was like, "No, I'm good." But he settled. He's like, "Fine, I'll do one."
Right, and Paul did one too.
Yeah,
right?
we all did.
So we all went up there, and it was kind of fun to like, have that moment. And for a brief moment, I was like, "Oh fuck, we are old. We're those guys."
Yeah,
right?
we're those guys.
We're those guys. But it's not a terrible thing.
No.
So we went up there. We had our shot. Everybody kind of said what they said. Your dad got another drink. I got a little beer. And I don't really drink as much as I used to, with the diabetes. So I really try to watch my intake of sugar and alcohol.
Yeah.
And but I was, I figured, listen, it's a moment. It's when you're at a funeral where you realize that life is very short.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, when you go to a funeral, how does it make you feel, though?
Very good question, Louis. So it brings everything to reality,
Yeah.
right? Like, we're so busy in our day-to-day lives. And you mentioned this also. We're in that age group now where folks are starting to leave their cycles.
Yeah.
Right? And it's not, I'm not trying to say it to be grim or dark. I'm just saying we're in that time right now.
Yeah.
And with that, in art, because we're older now, I'm in my 50s, you're in your 40s.
Yeah.
Paul, everybody, right, is like older, even Ange. And so we were laughing because Ange and I were sharing some story. I mean, when you get older, you talk about poop a lot, right?
I guess.
You talk about fiber. It's really weird. Like, when you used to talk about your Friday night, now you're like, am I regular?
I look forward to 50, apparently. Just talk about shitting all day.
Yeah, and so we were just kind of laughing. I'm like, oh my God, it's funny how our stories went from, movies and TV and film to vitamins, hair supplements, hemorrhoids, and blood work.
Do you sit on a little donut? Where did you get your donut from?
Yeah,
Amazon.
It's so crazy. It's just, it's true.
Yeah.
You can have all the money in the world, but at the end of the day, it's your health that is wealth, right?
Yeah.
Not to sound or be cliche and sound like a Hallmark card, but it really is your health. And I think all of us are very conscious of that at this point, right? And me getting older, I'm very conscious of it now. Listen, do I expect to live forever? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
But if it happens, it happens. I'll be really fucking pissed, but if it happens, it happens.
Will you still be doing the show? I think that's what everybody wants to know right
Probably with tennis balls and a walker. And probably no teeth at that point.
And hopefully no mustache.
Oh, yeah, the mustache will probably go. At that point, I'll have to Rogaine it or something. Oh, my God. Side note, one of my Instagram followers, his name is, he worked with me at the show at the Talks,
Okay.
Habla, and his name was Todd. However, we called him Toddus Maximus, right?
Okay.
Because he ruled the stage in terms of props and moving stuff, right? And so he sent me, he's like, you got to give that caterpillar some Rogaine or shave that shit off. I was laughing really hard because I hadn't heard from him in a really, really long time.
Yeah.
And then to get that on Instagram from him, it made me laugh. I laughed out loud. I forgot those times of going back and forth with those guys. So back to the funeral. So, it's all of our family. Julia's there and
Crazy Julia.
Crazy Julia and Linda and Linda and Julia's documenting it everything.
Oh, yeah.
Everything,
She
right?
always does.
She's like the historian, and she's taking photos of everything. And at one point, when we were at the burial site, she was like standing over the hole, and I'm like, "You're gonna fall in." And she's literally like with her camera, like on her phone, and she's taking shots.
She got the first
inside.
shoveled in.
I was like, "Why is she taking photos of everything?" Right? I was just laughing. She always makes me laugh. She's so crazy. She reminds me a lot of myself. I mean, I think she's definitely crazier.
Yeah.
But she reminds me of myself. So we all got together, and we shared our stories. We laughed. We cried. We met some new family members. I got to reconnect with a very old family member. So back in the day, Dave passed away, right?
Yeah.
he had a daughter before Linda,
Okay.
right? And her name was Lori.
Oh,
and so
okay.
one year she came over to stay with them for the summer. And my mom was like, "Oh, let's go. We'll go to Magic Mountain. We'll take her. We'll go somewhere with her." And so we would go places together because her and I believe, we're almost the same age,
Okay.
right? So long story short, we go to Magic Mountain, and I don't know, I don't even know where this would exist anymore. So back in the day, Magic Mountain used to have, before karaoke was popular, right? And if it were Darnella, she'd be like, "You mean karaoke?" Before karaoke was popular, they had a booth there where you could go and you could choose songs and then you could sing them.
Oh, okay.
And they would put it on a cassette for you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's how old I am.
Oh, wow.
A cassette.
I mean, I had cassettes. You're not that old.
Yeah, a cassette. So we went and we sang this song. What was it? I will love you always. Oh God, I don't remember.
By who?
God, who? I don't remember. I have to like, I'll move my lips like this, and then you're gonna put it in by so and so. All right. I'm saying it's by this person. They sing this song. You can't see my lips, but now I'm gonna voice it over, right? So you're good. So yeah, we sang that song inside a little booth, and then it went into a cassette tape, and every once in a while I would listen to it. It's the funniest thing ever because it's like I was like 13 years old. I had like the voice of a Vienna choir's boy. I had this high pitch.
I mean, you still kind of have that.
Pretty much. Thank you. Yes. And so while I was in line, I talked to Linda's daughter, Tina. I was like, "Hey, we're getting in line for food." I said, "Is Lori here?" And she goes, "Your Endless Love," like making a joke because everybody remembers the song that we sang, right? So then I found the line and we had a moment to catch up, and I said, "Oh my God!" I said, "When I knew you had blonde hair," she goes, "Ooh, that was long ago."
Yeah, a long time.
So that was actually a lot of fun to be able to catch up, and we don't really see that family as often as we probably should. Yoli and all of them, and for the folks at home who have no idea what I'm talking about, they're just family members that are on a different side that you don't get an opportunity to see, except when unfortunately it's either a wedding or a funeral, right?
Yep.
Or a baby has been born.
Yeah.
So definitely need to make an active effort on trying to get to hang out with them and know them better because, these stories, we don't have very many coming up, right?
No,
Yeah.
not at all.
People are, even our grandma's sister, she's going to be 100 this year.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, and Sally's going to be 100.
I did not know that.
Can you believe that?
Yes, I can. I can believe that.
100. That's so crazy.
Now, when you go to these things, does it ever make you go, I need to take control a little bit more before I get too old and I'm not able to get my cousins in one room again? Do you feel that way? Because me and Paul kind of had a discussion about that.
Well, I would love to get all the cousins together, but I think we're kind of spread out at this point, right? And I think that the trek up to where they live, I'm in Montecito.
Oh, yeah.
And they're further, our cousin Art is in, steroid Art.
San Diego.
Is in San Diego. And then they're up in Lancaster, Palmedel. So we're kind of spread out. Is that
you got to find like a happy
excuse?
medium.
Is that a good excuse? Probably not. I definitely need to make more of an active effort to go up there. My sister lives up there with my niece, so it's like, there's really no reason for me to not, because we're not getting any younger.
No.
That's for sure.
No,
We're
not
getting
at all.
younger. So what were you guys talking about, though?
Well, I had mentioned that Bonnie, and if she's watching, hi Bonnie. She's messaged me a few times saying that we should, number one, come over to record, and then number two, we should all get together and bring the families over and have barbecues.
Well, we should. I mean, with global warming, we're in the middle of March and it's freaking 90 degrees.
It's very hot.
So, yeah, we should do that. So, Bonnie, we're coming to your house. Ding dong. It's surprise party with Doing It Like Danny or Do It Like Danny.
Do you know the name of this fucking show?
What is happening to me?
4 fucking years.
I feel like Biden. I am like losing my mind, okay? I don't like to get political, but I do. I totally am like, oh, it's going to be bigly. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be... So that's a very good point. We should definitely look into reaching out to Bonnie and putting something together.
Yeah.
Because I want to follow in Desiree's footsteps.
I should have recorded it, but we were in the middle of eating that I missed it.
So, ladies and gentlemen, members of the jury, just so you know, my cousin Paul had the audacity to make a comment on our YouTube page And when I mentioned that Zach and Desiree were kind of sort of the glue right now, just because, Zach is very hospitable.
Hospitable, yeah.
Yes, very hospitable. And Desiree pretty much fucking does everything for my cousin. Okay? And Paul, who I love, my little dear cousin, have the audacity to say, no, they don't. Or maybe it was more geared towards Desiree, saying she doesn't do anything. And so we're eating, and I peer over, and I see my cousin Paul sitting there like King Julian from the cartoon Madagascar, okay? And here comes Desiree.
Oh, yeah.
With 2 plates of food. And I watch as she serves him.
And
Then
herself
she
down.
sits herself down, and then she looks at him, and she's like, oh, I forgot to get him something. And I watch as she gets up. She walks over to whatever the bread, and she comes back, and she brings it to him. And I was like, that SOB, how dare he? How dare he not give her props?
He thought nobody was paying attention to you.
Yeah.
Which is even more funny.
You know me. I pay attention to everything. I was like, oh, my God, I can't believe that. How dare he? And I got up, and I was like, really? Oh, hey.
He sniped us so fast.
How does it feel to get waited on? And he's like, oh. He's like,
He got caught red-handed.
We caught him red-handed.
That's the same face he would have every time you'd catch him cheating. And I love that face. He always looks like a little kid like, damn,
Yeah.
I got caught.
He got caught. He got caught. And then going back to that, Des told me a story. She said, oh, thank you, T. Thank you for the heads up, right? Then Des told me a story, and I was laughing so hard. She said that they went to go visit Cousin Art and Zach in San Diego, and that when they pulled up, Zach came outside and was like showing them where to park, and then he made sure that the bedroom was good.
Yeah.
And I said, you see? I said, you see? So, you have to give them props.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Coming into our family is not easy.
No, right? It takes a special kind of person
a special
to
kind
land
of person
in this fucking family.
Absolutely,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
It
And you
takes
have to really make like an impression on everybody, because everybody is judging you at a different level and at a different kind of characteristic. And then what kind of energy do you bring? Are you going to be a good energy? Are you a fun energy? Or are you just negative? Like, oh, man.
And that's hard.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's really hard when you think about it. And for them to be able to have integrated themselves into our little insane society,
Yeah.
honestly, I have to give them props.
Yeah.
I really do.
Gotta be a little crazy.
And also a belated birthday to Zach. He had a birthday last week.
Oh, congrats.
So I stand by what I said in previous shows about Desiree and Zach. And thank you so much for integrating yourself into our little insane society, as I said before. Thank you. And I'm very happy to know them.
Yeah.
Especially Des. because I always get to see her. Sorry, Zach. I know I should be down there more often.
So funny.
But they're always saying, let's get together, let's do something. Let's get together, let's do something. So Bonnie, it is. That'll be our Project 2026.
Project Bonnie 2026. Well, you know what I'd love to do is I'd love to get Bonnie and I'd love to get Helen in one room. Put a couple mics in front of you three, and I just want to sit back and just see the stories that come out between the three of you. Because what was it? Was it Auntie Kathy's party, her birthday? You guys had some stories I had never even heard of, didn't know existed.
Helen and Bonnie and I in a room or somewhere to record, the earth will stop.
That's the nexus of the universe, right?
That has to happen. That has to happen.
Yeah.
You know what also happened to me? So as you all know, on a different note, because remember we went from sad, we're going to go to happy now. On a different note, as you all know, I do like the little rideshare service thing every now and then, and I have some really fun stories. Well, oh God, I don't even know how to explain this in the most proper way ever, because it just went from bad to worse to horrible. So a friend of mine asked me, and she paid me to go all the way out to, I think, La Habra. I was in La Habra to pick up this Chinese food. Apparently, it's the best Chinese food in the San Gabriel Valley. I don't even think it's the San Gabriel Valley, but I was in La Habra. And if you don't know, La Habra is the home of the Haas avocado, which I found out on my drive. So I went out there to go pick up this food. Oh, not like that.
It's Fast and Furious.
I went out there to pick up this food, and then I was to deliver it to her daughter's college in Orange. She was going to be a part of being honored at this basketball ceremony, and they were going to provide the food. So I drove out there, and thank goodness my friend Linda gave me some sheets to put down, plastic sheets.
Because it had spilled everywhere.
Oh, my God. It gets better. I arrived there, and they're big pans, silver pans of Chinese food. And it smells so delicious.
Oh, it's like platters.
Oh God, it was like big.
Yeah.
And so I put everything into my car. I put the seats down. I put stuff in the front. There was stuff all over, and I was like, "Oh God, please don't spill! Please don't spill! Please don't spill!" Right?
Because with your driving, yeah, it definitely spilled.
I know. Well, there was one eggplant dish that was very juicy.
Oh yeah.
Like you could smell it, and you could see like the bubbling grease, like all that like sesame oil and all that goodness was like, "Let me out!" Right? So I'm driving real perfectly slow in the hills of La Habra.
Right.
I was trying to get to the 57. Or the 60, I don't know where I was. I was trying to get to a freeway to get me to Anaheim, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't judge it. I was coming down super fast.
No.
And I was trying to hit my brake real lightly, right?
Aye.
Because I just kept picking up speed because it was like so steep. So I put it on sport mode, right? And it like kicked into like third gear and I'm like, okay, good. I'm trying to slow down, and then the light turned red and I said, no, because I was, when you're driving through and like, I don't know if you people pay attention, but for me, I look at the walk, like the do not walk, and it flashes 11 times.
Correct.
So I was counting 1, 2, 3. And I was like, no, please, I need the green. And it was a big intersection. It was like 6 lanes across.
Couldn't make it, huh?
I couldn't make it. So I didn't want to. So I hit the brakes as lightly and as quick as I could. And some of the food came forward. I could hear it sliding. And I'm like, no!
Oh, no.
I was like, oh, my God. I was like, oh, my God. No, right? And I was like, oh, please. And then I sat there at the light and I was like, I think it's okay. And I kind of pushed some of it back and I was like, it's fine. And then I started going. I tried to go fast on purpose so that it would kind of slide back into position. Because the freeway was right there. I was so close. I was so close. And then as I got on the freeway, I had to make this turn. I'm like, okay, I think I'm good. And then it started to invade my nose.
Oh,
it was
no.
all, and I'm like, oh God.
It leaked.
I can smell it. And I was like, oh, and it was kind of like a warm evening. And so I was like, oh God, I can't turn my air on because I'm like, oh God.
It's going to make the cold.
So I rolled my windows down just a touch on all areas. And I'm like, it's going to blow the juice around, right? I'm like, whatever. It is what it is. I have towels. It's going to be fine. And there's plastic down, right? Thank God for plastic. So I get there, food in tow. Everybody comes out to help. They bring all these like rolly carts and all the food goes away. And there's the one dish in the middle, the eggplant. It was like the evil villain of my car. And it's sitting there in the back seat. And it was the last thing to come out because I knew it had kind of spilled. But because of the plastic, thank God, it kind of leaked on the plastic. And I think a little bit got on some of the rug, but I have a cleaner and I cleaned it. But it's moved for that. But you could smell it. So I'm like, whatever, it's fine. And I opened all my windows. I aired it out. I Febrezed it. I scrubbed that little spot where I thought there was oil. I did the best I could, and I closed it up. And then she invited me to go inside to enjoy them at the ceremony, which I did. So then at the end of the ceremony, which there was, oh my God, there was all this amazing Hawaiian food. There was like, and Chinese food. It was like so amazing, so good. And she was, here, take it to go box. You can take it home. And I was like, oh my God, if I do rideshare, I'm going to have this stinky food in my car. Yeah. So I called Rue because he lives in Anaheim. And I was like, hey, I'm going to bring you dinner. And so luckily, I was able to stop over his house and bring him dinner. However, there is a thing on the rideshare that I use often whenever I go different places.
Grindr.
And
no, we know. We've heard the story.
How dare you? And so you can punch in your home address and it'll give you rides going home.
Yeah.
That way, I don't waste gas anymore. I just take rides to eat the gas.
Mm-hmm.
However, I was like, ooh, it's going to smell like Chinese food, right? So I did it again. I aired it out. I did the best that I could. Well, Rue and I were talking, and then within that conversation, I got a ride from the Disneyland Hotel back to L.A. And I was like, wow, this is fucking perfect, right? Oh, it's amazing. It's wonderful. So I get in the car, and I'm like, it is what it is. It's going to be fine. It's okay. So I go to the Disneyland Hotel, and I'm waiting for these people to come to the car. They finally get in the car, and they were 4 Asian students, right? And they were great. They get in the car, and I had the windows rolled down a little bit, right? So I turned to the boy in the front, and I was like, I concocted this story, right? Because I didn't want to be like, oh, there was Chinese food in my car. Like, I didn't want to go that. So I said, I'm so sorry. My last rider had food. And
so you lied,
right? I totally lied. I was like, I'm so sorry. And they were like, oh, no English. And I was like, oh.
Perfect.
Right? I was like, oh, okay, right? I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I don't know why I kept apologizing. There's something came over me and I was like, because I don't like smells, right? I'm very big on like, get into my car. It smells like Downy. Like everything should be beautiful and wonderful. You know how I am about smells, right? I inherited that from my mother. I got the nose of a fucking bloodhound.
Yeah, you
right?
do. You do.
And so I was like I was trying to explain to him in my own language that the Chinese food had spilled and that's why it smelled like food in my car. And so at one point I kept going back and forth and they were all like trying to decipher and trying to figure it out. In my explanation, I leaned towards him. I go, oh, Chinese food. I said, bad, so sorry,
No, you
right?
did not.
I'm talking about Chinese food, right? The look on his face, Louis, and he goes like this. He starts smelling himself. And I said, no, not you. Food, Chinese, bad. And I was like trying to. It just went from bad to worse.
So foot and mouth the entire time.
The entire time.
Why didn't you just stop?
I was like, I don't know. I just kept apologizing. I was like, so sorry. And then I was like, no, not you. Not you. Me.
This is an Abbott and Costello routine.
Yeah, it really was. Oh, my God. It was so much. And I literally, at one point, I just gave up. And I said, okay, never mind. It's okay.
But the minute they said they speak English, should be like, I'm good. It's okay.
I mean, because I just, listen, I've traveled the world, and I just wanted to, like, convey to them that I wanted to try to understand them and try to communicate with them. But it made it look like I was saying that they smell.
Yes.
And that's not what I was saying.
You have a Google Translate on your phone.
Oh,
you could have
my
just,
God,
hey,
honestly,
Siri, can you translate that? And you could show it to them, and they'd be like, oh, we get it now.
I was so embarrassed. Let me tell you, that was the longest 52-minute ride of my entire life.
Did they tip you? What kind of stars
I
did you
didn't
get?
expect them to tip me. I didn't expect them to tip me. I didn't expect a tip at all whatsoever. I was just mortified that that's how it came off, that I looked like I was saying that they smelled, and that wasn't the case.
So go ahead, look into the camera now. Apologize.
I'm sorry. Oh, God, it was awful. I couldn't believe that. I couldn't believe that.
That's a good story, though. That's funny.
Shit, I'm telling you, it was crazy. All right, so it's March. It is Women's... What is it? Women's Month?
Women's Month.
Right, but that's not it, though. Where we fucked that up.
Or catalog.
It's to Women's Month of March. Everything about women, right? And the reason why I bring this up is because I have a lot of great women in my life. In addition to my mother, I have my good friend Linda and my friend Colleen, who invited me to... Long story short, I got hired by a Japanese food company, and I'll share more about that later, about my culinary adventures that I'll be
Whatever
having.
you do, just don't recreate.
Oh my God, never. They're Japanese.
Oh,
I speak a little bit of Japanese.
Oh, you do?
I will be able to
go ahead.
Nihonjin desu ka? Okay, so listen, trust me. Yes, I speak a little bit of Japanese.
That was pretty good.
I could definitely get by a scotch. Okay, so. She invited me to Expo Food West, which was in Anaheim this past week. I went for 2 of the days. I had no idea what this was about.
Never been there before.
I'd never been there before.
Okay.
It was all brand new. Had I been to expos in regards to when I worked on the show and like giveaways and stuff? Yes. Yeah. However, I've never been to one that featured only food.
Got it.
Every single type of food and brand and vendor was there.
Oh,
it was
wow.
insane. 5 expo halls. I only hit 3 of them. I didn't even get to all of them. The first day, I think I walked almost 20,000 steps. And I was only there for 2.5 hours, mind you, okay? Wow. It was quick. It was fast. I was a deer in the headlights.
Like Looney Tunes feet. Just
I had bags and everywhere. It was like, you want a bag?
So it was like Food Comic-Con?
It's Food Comic-Con, yes! It is Food Comic-Con, and there are free samples everywhere, right?
Yeah.
So... because I represented her company, I dressed up. I had a blazer. I had my dress shoes. I looked all cutesy. I was ready to rock and roll because I didn't want to be discussing food with vendors and not represent, right? So I get there. And in true Disney style, like Cinderella, she's like, oh, my God. She's like, you're overdressed. You're going to be dead.
Was she in pajamas or what?
And I was like, what? Well, because you put me on your company and I didn't want to like misrepresent. She's like, she literally stopped me mid-sentence. She's like, no.
Slapped you.
She's like, give me your blazer. She ripped my blazer off. Give me your sunglasses. Give me. I'm like, like,
She ripped your
oh my
sleeves
God,
off.
what's going on here? And she put a sweatband on me. No, I'm just kidding. No, she didn't. But pretty much that's what I needed.
Yeah.
And so she's like, I go, I don't know what this is. She's here. I have a bag for you. I should show you the bag. I'm going to go get the bags. And it's this big, huge bag, right? Huge. And she goes, have you ever done this before? And I said, no. And she's like, it's like trick-or-treating.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay. She was here. And so we go up to some of the booths. She's like, don't talk to nobody. Like, literally. She was like, don't talk to anybody. You don't have to. And me, I'm like, but I want to learn about the brand.
Yeah,
I want to make connections. I'm so used to networking.
It's so not
right?
your characteristic. You have to talk
I
to
have
people.
to talk to people. And she's like, no, you are here to get the free
She
samples.
said, shut up and get
I
what
was
I
like,
need
oh
you
my
to.
God. So she's like grabbing stuff, and I got spatulas and, I mean, kind bars. I mean, you name it.
Yeah, yeah.
When I walked out of there just on day one, I had like 4 bags that probably weighed about 20 pounds apiece.
Wow.
It was crazy. So then, because the funeral was the next day,
Yeah.
I made a decision to go all the way to Anaheim and then come all the
So
way
you
back.
did both?
I did both.
What time did you wake up that day?
4:45 in the
Oh my
morning.
God. So
And
then you got
here's
to
why.
You got to Anaheim by like 5:30.
Well, here's the thing. So she had warned me on Thursday, and she said to me, she says, you need to be here by 7. And I was like, 7? All right, I'll get up and I'll leave at 6.
Yeah.
Thinking that I would have been completely fine.
No.
It took me almost 3 hours to get to Anaheim. 7, 8, 9. I got in there at 9:15. I thought, oh, it'll be fine. I'll be okay. 9:15 gives me plenty of time. It doesn't open until 10. When I got to the convention center,
The lines.
police were there. All of the parking structures were already full. And they were directing people to Angel Stadium, which is like, what, 5-6 miles down the road, right?
It's like 2 or 3 for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh my God. So I sent her a text message. She like, told you, you had to be here. And I was like, I tried. I didn't know that there were going to be 8,000 accidents on the way down.
That's
right?
because you left at 6. You should have left at 5.
Oh.
5:30.
Well, listen, you never can gauge nowadays. So so I'm driving down Catella, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm never going to have enough time. I got to be back on the road because I had to pick up my mom because she was coming in for the funeral.
Yeah.
Danny was in a shambles, right?
Wait a minute. So did you park at Disney?
Hold, Louis.
I figured it out.
That's a very good question, Louis.
Question mark.
So I'm driving down Catella, and what do I spy? Toy Story parking lot.
I knew it. You know why? Because I've done that.
Oh my God. So I'm like, oh, I have a pass.
Yep. There are certain things about
I
that
pay
pass.
$9,000 a year to go to Disneyland. You best believe I'm going to take advantage of that.
Oh, yeah.
So, of course, remember, I'm dressed up now. This was Thursday. So I'm dressed up. I pull up my blazer, and I'm like, oh, Kim Kardashian, and I flash my pass. And he goes, there's no expo parking here. And I play stupid. I'm like, what are you talking about? I'm like, this is a Disney pass.
Yeah.
Did you not see that? I said, I have reservations for Disneyland today. I said, I have a business meeting across the street at the Garden Walk. So I dressed up. I'm going to put this in the locker. Is that okay? I explained my whole day to you. Is that good? And he's like, yeah, you're good. Right? I scared the shit out of him. Because I was like, what is it in your business?
Yeah, it's
Do your
not.
job.
Do your
and
job.
scan
Shut
me.
up. You get $10 an hour. Shut the
Thank
fuck
you.
up.
Scan me, bitch. Scan me. And so I parked my car, and then I walked a quarter of a mile to the convention center. So it worked out perfectly,
Oh, yeah.
right? Well, I wore dress shoes. Oh, my God. My
Oh,
toes, I was
horrible
like
idea.
dying. And then, my blood sugar, I thought that by eating, and I had samples throughout the entire convention.
Just to keep it up?
I had 2 kind bars, which those are full of sugar, right? Not to mention all the samples that I was eating
Oh, yeah.
to get all my free stuff, right? Oh, yeah, I love the cookies. I was like Pac-Man running to that place. My blood sugar was still fucking low.
Oh,
It was
wow.
I was like, all right. I was like shaky. So that's okay. So my friend Coach, she's like, oh, give me your bags. I'll take them. I said, no, I can take these. It's all good. I'm going to come back tomorrow. And she
Yeah.
goes, okay. So I went, I walked back to, it was so hot.
Toy
I
Story?
walked back to Toy Story parking lot. I put my stuff in the car, and I went and I picked up my mom, and off we came back to LA, right? So The next day, I got up at 4:45.
Oh, so you did it right.
I was out the door. I was in the parking structure by like 7:30, right? I got to park inside. Now, you're probably wondering, what does it make a difference in terms of the parking structure? And the reason why is because if you park in the convention center parking, you can grab, fill up, go to your car, release, go back,
Release.
grab more, release, right?
Correct.
In my situation with my car being over at the Disney parking lot, that was not an option.
Yeah, you had the
especially
neck.
with only 2.5 hours, right? Oh my God, my neck was sore.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, everything from those big bags. So they're giving like full-size water bottles, cans of soda, everything, Bloom, Poppy, Olapop, you name it. Everything was there. It was insane. Crackers, Mackers, Hackers, everything you could think of,
Yeah.
right? And so the next day, man, I was smart. I wore shorts. I wore a T-shirt. I just needed wristbands. I had tennis shoes. I didn't give a F what I looked like. I went in there and I was like, at one point, I had a case of water. And my bag was full and it tore.
Oh, no.
So there goes all of the contents rolling out onto the expo floor.
Did
I
you
was
just
so
leave them behind?
embarrassed. Hell no. I regrouped.
I got it.
I regrouped. People were helping me grab my stuff. There was an empty table. I got it all together, but I did have to leave the case of water behind.
R.I.P.
And that's okay. That's all right. It was all good. But I was able to go back to my car. I went back 4 times, and I came back with all this stuff. So thank you, Colleen, for that. That was amazing.
So you went through all of that, all those bags, all that drama, all the dressing up, finding the parking, getting there late. You had to have found at least one item, just one, or one company that you enjoyed the most.
So I use all the companies. I'm very familiar with quite a few of them because I do a lot of shopping, especially now that I cater.
Yeah.
I'm always trying to find a good deal. 2 things happened. The very first thing is, and I hate to say this,
Go ahead,
the
say it.
landscape has changed.
What does that mean?
Meaning I was the only, in fact, I'm sorry, I was the darkest person there.
Really? So everybody
It was either Asian or white.
Caucasian. Wow.
That's it. Very few black people. I didn't see hardly any black people at all whatsoever.
What about us, Mexicans?
Well, that was
Latinos.
it. At one point, I walked up to a booth and I was going to ask the guy a question, and he literally looked right past me and talked to the white guy behind me.
Wow.
And how I know that I wasn't crazy is because the lady over here who was selling or was pitching dog snacks, right, all natural, goes, I saw that. And so I went over to her and she goes, you know what? She goes, here's my card. She goes, email me. She goes, I'll send you a box of doggy treats.
Nice.
I said, oh, can I eat them? And she goes, actually, you kind of can. I started laughing. So she was very nice.
That's nice.
I don't want to mention brands that were mean to me because I feel like it's definitely a pretty woman moment because I will go back and I will be like, big mistake.
Oh, yeah.
Right? I have to give props, though, to one particular company.
And who are they?
The name of the brand is called Tatemada. Tatemada, and I'm hoping that I'm pronouncing that correctly. I'm assuming it was the owner or he runs something there because he pulled me aside and they were talking. They make salsas. You can find them online, and this is, Louis will do like a little photo. And it's called Tatemada, and they make different kinds of salsa. They also make chips.
Oh.
They don't call them chips. They call them something else, like this special blue corn and yellow corn tortillas, right?
Yeah.
And they were cutting them open, and they were making chilaquiles.
Ooh, that sounds good.
They were putting the warm salsa with crema, and they put cheese, and I ate that. And I sat there, and I kept telling people, this is delicious. This is so good. They gave me all these samples.
How is the salsa compared to like when you get to like street tacos? Because we come from LA. We have good salsa. We have good everything here, right? So how does it compare?
It tastes like our grandmas made it.
Oh, nice. So you gotta let me have one of those.
No.
I tried.
You tried. Fuck no. You are not getting any of this. This is delicious. Look how little this is. Can you share? And the reason why that I wanted to celebrate Tatemada is because they were very Latino, especially in this day and in this landscape and this time right now. They were beyond welcoming to every single person that walked up to their booth. They were welcoming to me. The food was amazing. And all of the different salsas were absolutely delicious. And even when I said, do you have a spicy one? They gave me a habanero. I was like, oh my God. I was in heaven.
Yeah.
And I vowed at that moment that I would do with all of my 1 million listeners that I would do the best that I could to push their brand. And the reason why is because by purchasing their salsa or any of their items, it supports their mission statement to empower women through a safe work environment in rural communities in Mexico.
Oh, wow.
And that is the reason why I wanted to celebrate them. And so with that being the end of our show, Louie's not getting salsa.
I don't get to try any of it.
But I hope that you will go out and you will look for their clean, fresh ingredients. And that is the reason why I fell in love with Tatemala.
And let them know, do it like Danny sent you, because that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, you should do that. Well,
Yeah.
I'm going to email the guy that gave me this information because I want them to know I thoroughly enjoyed. And that was, it was great. So run, don't walk. To purchase Tatemala. And you'll look cool with all your friends because it really is authentic. It's amazing. It's delicious. And I cannot stress that enough. And what I cannot stress enough is that the show's over. Goodbye. Get out. We loved having you listen, although you should be watching. And again, accolades to everyone that did. We hope to see you next week. And with all of that, remember, do it like Danny!